Welcome back. Today, we're diving into a topic that might feel uncomfortable for some, but is essential for the liberation of others. We are talking about spiritual authority, specifically why I have stopped taking spiritual knowledge from men. For centuries, we've been conditioned to look upward and outward for the truth. We've been told that knowledge must be mediated through a specific lens, and usually, that lens is a masculine one. But as we wake up, we realize that the lens we've been looking through is often distorted. The most accurate, potent, and real spiritual knowledge doesn't come from a man's sermon or a male-led ideology. It comes from the source that lives inside you. Let's be honest about the foundation of these teachings. Even the most enlightened male ideologies often carry a hidden weight. You can listen to a man speak about peace, ego, or the universe for hours, but if you look closely at the foundation of his logic, there is almost always a hidden layer of misogyny buried within it. It's often subtle. It looks like the divine feminine being described only in relation to how she serves or balances the masculine. It looks like purity standards that only apply to women. This isn't always intentional, but it is deeply ingrained. When a man builds a spiritual system, he is building it from a lived experience that has never known the weight of being a woman. Because of that, his universal truths will always have a blind spot. They will always, on some level, seek to maintain a hierarchy where he remains the primary interpreter of your soul. This leads us to the core of the matter, the Divine Mother. Everything, every atom, every soul, and every dimension starts from the Mother. She is the origin. If we accept that women are the physical and spiritual vessels of life, then the idea of a man trying to lead a woman to God or to Source makes absolutely no sense. How can you lead someone back to a house that they built? Women are the connection to the Source. Because of this biological and spiritual architecture, our channeling is inherently different. It is better. It is stronger. It is more accurate because it doesn't have to travel as far. When we tap in, we aren't reaching across a void, we are reaching into our own center. A man's spiritual path is often an uphill climb to reach a divinity he wasn't born from. But a woman's spiritual path is a realization of the divinity she already carries. Some might ask about the men who actually do acknowledge the Divine Mother. Here is the reality. If a man does not acknowledge the Divine Mother, he can never offer you real, whole knowledge. He is working with half a map. But if he does acknowledge her, and he is channeling truth, where do you think he's getting it from? He's channeling from her. So, as a woman, why would you wait for a man to process that energy, filter it through his own masculine ego, and hand it back to you? You might as well go to the Source yourself. If he is channeling her, and you are of her, you are essentially asking a stranger for directions to your own kitchen. Find the knowledge within yourself. Cut out the middleman entirely. We live in a world that has spent millennia trying to separate women from their spiritual sovereignty. Here is a hard truth you must carry with you. You must assume power yourself. Your oppressor will never give it to you. Power is not a gift that is granted after you follow enough rules or listen to enough lectures. Spiritual power is a claim. If you continue to look to men to tell you what is holy or what the Spirit is saying, you are still operating within a system designed to keep you small. Stop asking for permission to be powerful. Stop asking for a man to validate your intuition. We also have to address a deeper, more subtle trap that many of us fall into. Even when we are seeking redemption, even when we are looking for our own power, there is often a lingering desperation for a male leader. We find ourselves searching for the man who is different. We look for that one teacher, that one partner, or that one guru who serves as proof that they aren't all the same. But you have to ask yourself, why are you still looking? This search is simply a symptom of your indoctrination. You are still trying to find a ruler. You're just looking for a domesticated one. When you seek a different man to lead you, you are admitting that you aren't yet confident enough to be sovereign. You are still asking for a man to validate your path to the Mother. This is the ultimate hurdle to your freedom. You have to accept the reality that no man is the exception to the rule when it comes to your own divinity. As long as you believe you need a male translator for spiritual truth, you are staying in a system designed to keep you small. In a world designed to keep you seeking external validation, you must eventually come to terms with a stark reality. You will have to create your own guidance and your own rules. We live in a society that is expert at giving us indoctrination, but is completely devoid of true, liberating knowledge. Because of this, the final step of reclaiming your power as the feminine is the most difficult one. It is the choice to trust yourself and your intuition, regardless of the opinions or structures surrounding you. You have been taught to doubt your gut feelings and to defer to experts or leaders who don't have your best interests at heart. But your intuition is your direct line to the source. To be truly sovereign, you must be willing to be misunderstood. You must be willing to be wrong in the eyes of an indoctrinated world in order to be right within yourself. Next, you must understand that your intuition is not a vague feeling or a mystical extra. It is a biological and spiritual sense. It is an instinct, a core strength, and an ancient wisdom that allows you to recognize patterns and predict behavior before they even manifest. It is a sophisticated internal radar. The majority of men do not have access to this specific depth of power, and because it has the potential to protect you from so much as a woman, society works tirelessly to sever your connection to it. This is why you are constantly told that you are too emotional or over-analytical. These are gaslighting tactics designed to make you doubt your own internal compass. By labeling your intuition as a weakness or a mental spiral, they attempt to disarm you. While there are men who claim to be intuitive, they are the exceptions. And as we've discussed, exceptions are just that, they are not the rule. You cannot wait for the world to validate what you feel. You must do the work of listening to and strengthening your intuition yourself. It is a muscle that has been intentionally weakened by indoctrination, and reclaiming it is the only way to ensure your own protection and sovereignty. Self-governance is the only way to break the cycle and return to the original power of the Divine Mother.